Hey folks, Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin. This is a 15-year reflection on the September 12th, 2002 edition of Smackdown, which was a pretty damn good show. And if you know your Smackdown history, you know why this is on here. It's because of the Billy and Chuck commitment ceremony. Not for the reasons you might think. As I have said before, I am pro-gay marriage. Cool. Want to be gay, get married, be a human being, have fun. But this one actually had some pretty significant moments. I actually forgot about a couple of them happening on this specific show. I knew they happened sometime in September, but I forgot it was on this specific show. You had the Brock Lesnar versus Hardcore Holly. This was the infamous match where Lesnar had, I don't know, botched a powerbomb, didn't quite pick him up, but dropped Holly on his neck. Broke his neck. It's when Holly was out for about a year. Actually, I think just over a year. I think about 13 months. And then they had him feud with him into the Royal Rumble. Not a good. Hardcore Holly's a great worker. But the way they did it, there was no way Hardcore Holly was going to win. Certainly wasn't a bad feud, but anyway. It was a decent enough match for what it was. I mean, Holly got in some spots, but Brock pretty much just dominated him. And then that powerbomb spot, and then he kicked him in the head after a little bit. And then Holly still hit a dropkick and hit some moves, so that was pretty impressive. But my God, it's just that powerbomb spot was just so cringe-inducing. I actually put a little video up of it on my Twitter feed if you'd like to take a look at it. Though you might have to search in my media because I tweet a lot, especially during Raw and SmackDown. And by the time this goes up, that tweet may be buried. But anyway, good enough match. Brock wins, of course. And this is, of course, hyping the fact that Brock is going to be facing Undertaker at Unforgiven 2002, which was built up pretty well. And then Eddie Guerrero and Chavo defeated Edge and John Cena. Eddie wanted revenge because he'd gotten a stink face from Rikishi, and Edge had kind of caused it to happen, so that was kind of cool. Rikishi was kind of stink facing everybody at that point. Good enough match for what it was. Good tag team match. It was interesting because Edge at this time could actually see Cena, and then would feud with him about 3.5 years later, and it was a really solid, really solid feud that they had. Great, best feud of 2006 easily, or at least best WWE feud of 2006, because TNA Impact Wrestling had some great ones also. But Eddie and Chavo get the win, and then of course Eddie tries to do a stink face thing where he's going to have Chavo pull his pants down, and he's going to shove Edge's face into him. Well then, of course, Edge gets one over on Eddie. He elbows him or whatever, gets him in the gut and then shoves his face into Chavo's butt. I mean, it just, because, butt stuff's funny according to Vince. It was still kind of funny, and they had an argument backstage, and it was all that kind of stuff, because it was just fun. Then you had Matt Hardy talking to Undertaker. Undertaker had arrived with his, at the time, wife, Sarah. They're not married anymore. Now he's married to Michelle McCool. Good job on them. I hope she recovers from her skin cancer scare that she had. It was either earlier this year or late last year that she posted something on Instagram about, possible skin cancer. Hopefully, if it turned into anything, hopefully she recovers anyway, and hopefully she's 100%. But Matt had a conversation with Sarah. Sarah at the time was pregnant. And Taker was there outside the locker, had answered his door, in the locker room, as is tradition. And talked to Matt outside, and the Matt just went, he's being the full dick, Mattitude, adjustment, being the Matt, he didn't quite be doing the Matt facts yet. He started doing the Matt facts a little later. But Matt was such a heel because he just wanted to congratulate Sarah and this kind of stuff, and hopefully that the kid would grow up great. And Taker just shoved Matt into a whole bunch of boxes and shit in the hallway. Good stuff, and it led to Matt demanding a match later against Undertaker because Matt is crazy. This is when he was broken. Well, actually, his spirit just seemed to be broken. But anyway, Matt Hardy did end up winning, by the way, by a countout later, and he guaranteed victory. But anyway, they hyped the hell out of the commitment ceremony. I mean, really good job. Angle versus Ray, good. It was really, really good. Good for a TV match. Angle cut a promo beforehand. I put the video of him saying stuff on my Twitter feed. But he said stuff like, "You're a boy, I'm a man, and I'm a man who loves to play with boys." Wait, that's not what I meant. Matt did all this, and it was just funny. It was really, really funny. I really enjoyed it. It was good stuff, quality, just well done, just well done, just such good stuff. um, I mean, not the greatest thing ever, but still really entertaining. And Angle won, and it was a great match, great TV match, good to great TV match. Then Chris Benoit versus Rikishi. The week before, Rikishi had given a stink face to Kurt Angle, and I think it was like 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago or a week ago. I forget exactly what. The commentary team, I jumbled a few things that they said, but the bottom line is Angle got stink face from Rikishi recently, and Angle got laughed at by Benoit, who was his tag team partner at the time. Unhinged tag team partners, shall we say? Uneven. They weren't sure if they wanted to be tag team partners, but anyway. Angle caused a DQ by shoving Benoit off the top rope. It was a short match. But then Benoit's in the corner, and Angle holds Benoit's arms back, so he gets a stink face, and Angle's laughing at him. And then they would become unlikely tag team partners. That's what I was trying to say. And would even be tag team champions for a short time. Very short time. But still, great team. And then would transition into a feud at the Royal Rumble 2003, which was really, really fun. Matt demands a match with The Undertaker, as I said. The commitment ceremony, it was cheesy. I'm not going to cover everything, but it was ridiculous. Billy and Chuck, of course, the commitment thing. They're going to be tag team partners for life. Rico, with all his great stuff, demanding that Stephanie be there, as a witness. And Stephanie even said at one point, it's like, I don't have the best luck at weddings. I mean, which is kind of funny. I mean, it's actually downright hilarious. But then you had this old guy as the Justice of the Peace. I kept looking at the old guy because I'm like, oh, he's got some guy, literally a guy. Turned out to be Bischoff. And that was a great moment because things start to break down. Chuck doesn't want to do it or whatever. And Billy's like, wait, what the hell is going on here? This is supposed to be a publicity stunt. Look, we're not gay. I mean, we got nothing against gay people. But we're not. And if I was gay, I probably would marry Chuck. And I mean, that was pretty funny stuff. And then Rico's going off like, all this stuff I planned, all this. And the old guy saying, stop. I'm not going to trade you the voice. But a commitment is a very serious thing. The bond that Billy and Chuck have is sacred. It's like, and will never be broken. It doesn't matter if it lasts 50 years, 16 months, or 3 minutes. And I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it because I remember watching it at the time. And I mean, I heard that and I'm going to go, no way. No way. Had Twitter been around at that time, I would have gone absolutely insane. But Bischoff, being revealed as that rips off the old man makeup and that kind of stuff. And the instant you see the hair, you're like, well, I mean, you heard his voice. And once I looked at the old guy, I'm like, oh God, you could tell with the eyes. But it was so good. It was such a great performance, such a great thing. One of my favorite moments involving Eric Bischoff, which I may do a top 10 sometime next year about that. Bischoff should really go in the Hall of Fame. I'd put him in the Hall of Fame next year. Honestly, I think Eric Bischoff should be in the Hall of Fame. Anyway, they had that and it was great. And then 3-minute warning runs in and attacks Billy and Chuck, and then safely gives a Samoan drop to Stephanie. Jamal does, who would later become Umaga. And then Rosie goes up for a splash, and then they all get down and they all run away because the entire Smackdown locker room that apparently was having tea and crumpets or having catering at the time, and was just like, we're not watching the monitor. Oh, look, our general manager is getting beat up. We should go take care of that. And they did, and they ran out, and it was fun. And then Nydia and Tori had a short match, and it was whatever. Both women look good, so okay. Matt and Taker, there was much interference because Brock and Heyman are out there. But then they got kicked out of ringside. And Matt again guaranteed victory. Looked like he was about to get his ass beat. And then they go backstage. On the Titantron, Heyman's talking to Sarah, Undertaker's wife. At the time, wife. Oh, I'm just trying to tell you, this kind of stuff or whatever. Like, just that. Do you really want to raise a child, with your husband all beat up, and then Taker comes in and tries to attack Heyman, and Brock hits him with a chair, and then Brock has, Sarah's against the wall, not pinned against the wall, but Brock even puts his hand on her stomach, and payback's a bitch, or life's a bitch. I think it was something like that. I forget the exact line, but bitch was used. Obviously, Brock made sure to get permission before he did that, because otherwise he would have been killed. Because Taker don't take no shit. Not that Brock does, but Taker don't take no shit, especially when it comes to his family. But that was a good cliffhanger to end on. It was good. It was really good. Taker's laid out. Sarah's comforting him. We fade to black. Really good episode. Really good episode. I mean, yeah, I would have had the commitment ceremony at the end. I mean, I get why they did the thing with Matt and Taker, but they could have done that right after Benoit and Rikishi had Taker laid out. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they didn't want the commitment ceremony to have a bunch of starch taken out of it. I don't know. I would have had the commitment ceremony at the end somehow because it was such a hot angle, and it was really, really good. But anyway, that's what I got to say. What are some of your favorite SmackDown moments, SmackDown 2002 moments specifically? Leave them in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. It's been Real Honesty with John Ritland. I'm John Ritland, and before I actually leave, I just want to say this much at the end. Thank you guys for putting up with any of my angry rants, whether it's about wrestling, whether it's about politics, sports, or various life events. I do appreciate it. Anyway, I will see you guys soon.